awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play.
And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are back within a single score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage. We got this.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the fight.
That's it, baby. We got one. Ready. Black 15. What we got? What we got? What we got? Chargers, 1st down.
1st down, Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rivers for Keenan Allen. That's complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Return to get you to midfield is a great return. 1 1st down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. Now Fitzpatrick on the right side, open is Gesicki. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this 1st half of play.
30-20.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Adrian Phillips there to knock that one away. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Sanders is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Come on, fellas.
So we have reached, okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the 3rd quarter. Let me spit this out. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'll run here with Balaj. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, Laird. And I'll tell you, the effort's sensational, but he may have come up a foot or so short of the line he needed.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Fitzpatrick gets this to Parker. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment.
And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with the fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted a tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
It's 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 34. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A first down throw here for Rivers. It's complete to Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
I can't believe they even let you play.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Rivers on first down. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Rivers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone.
Let's get it. Check, 180. 180. Check, 55 to Mike.
So the ref makes a call. No touchdown there. Wipe it off the board. And it's complete. Henry. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. They go play action. Rivers. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Badgley on for the extra point. These have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. That time a 9-play drive, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Miami. That kickoff return, 104 yards. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for 2 or go for 1?
I don't. I know you do, but I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally, because somewhere the chart's something's gonna pop out of the chart and say, hey man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, try to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the 4th quarter. Now they still trail by 1. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, Brown 80. No chance. Out.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Back to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. First things first here, they got to pick up the 1st down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
Sanders' kick is good, and the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Rivers to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. One last shot now for Rivers. He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen finding the end zone on the game's final play. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. This one is going to sting for a while. I mean, how do you let that happen defensively?
One stop.
One stop. I know that it's easy to say that from the booth, but
it is.
How do you let that happen, partner?
That's one of those where sometimes you get overzealous on defense, get out of your lanes, don't take care of your assignments. Just go